This video is brought to you by Devolver Digital and their Spring Steam sale. Stick around to the end to learn more. Welcome back to Yahtzee Tries, where there's a couple more droplets to shake off the end of Steam Next Fest in the form of a couple of demos I actually rather liked and wanted to showcase. First of all, Haste Broken Worlds. Oops, Sarlacc.
No.
Oh shit, cracks on the ground.
And I like that you can kind of see it on the ground. Like, you can see it destroying the land underneath you.
Oh god, I didn't think turning the camera would actually turn the character.
No!
I just wanted to look at the void. Haste is a game about some specky twerp with a big bum running away from the end of the universe or something. More accurately, it's a game about going really fast. There is a story to it, I guess, in that I keep running into dudes at campfires who seem to be under the impression that they are characters in a plot. But who cares? The primary gameplay loop is what keeps me coming back. Okay. Oh, that did not deserve a B. That was awful. Yeah. No, it was that way. I was supposed to turn left. Shit.
Yeah.
Ow.
Oh, look at the train. Oh, chugga.
Ow. In a nutshell, it's Tiny Wings in third-person 3D, or roguelike XO1. A classic case of reframing an established mechanic from a new perspective to create something fresh. You continually move forward and have a button that increases your gravity, and if you're pressing it while landing on a downward slope, you increase your speed. It covers what I ask of a fun video game traversal system. It's easy to learn, hard to master, and going really fast in it feels really satisfying because it's also quite easy to fuck up. I've beaten this demo like 9 times already. I could play this primary gameplay loop all fucking day. I'd probably like 3D Sonic games if they were like this. Banged my head on something.
What did you hit your head on? There was nothing above there.
Yeah. Oh, landscape's less nice now.
Nah.
I broke my face on it. Way, go right over the portal, I don't care.
Oh my god, holy shit! Oh no!
Sadly, it's the tertiary gameplay loop where things fall down a bit. It's doing the standard roguelike bit where you get a new upgrade after each procedural level, but the upgrades didn't seem to be doing much to make me any more powerful. I'm confident I could beat the final boss of the demo without any upgrades at all, because it's just about using the movement skills you start the game with. Which meant I saw little point in attempting the super hard levels that reward you with a guaranteed upgrade, since half the time I just get killed and lose my run. S. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Eat that, Sonic the Hedgehog. I am good at fast games. It's so chill, the frame rate is chilling out as well.
The goo is getting you. The goo!
Now I'm getting gooed.
You're getting gooed so hard.
Man, I got gooed right up the bracket. Hey, you're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be in Nier Automata.
No, wow, that is 100% a little Nier boy. Big old Nier Robo-Frog.
Also, what makes the super hard levels hard is more that you can't really see what route you're supposed to take, with everything being so gloomy, and have so little time to act. All that aside, as I frequently said, a strong primary gameplay loop is 90% of the job, so this one's definitely wishlist worthy. Our next demo was White Knuckle, a first-person climbing game, sort of like Valley Peaks, except in a claustrophobic vertical tunnel instead of an open mountain range, and with a grim, spooky, dilapidated vibe not dissimilar to the kind of thing we've seen in SCP games. So, not a whole lot like Valley Peaks at all, thinking about it. So how this one works is you got 2 hands, obviously. Yep, look, one-handed ladder climbing. I'm hardcore.
Oh my god, look at that. Oh no, you got a piton.
And
Whoa!
There's some tentacles that want to scoff me, and I do not want to be scoffed. It's another roguelite, and yes, it also has a unique traversal system, namely climbing on ledges and designated red handholds, controlling the grip of both hands separately with the 2 mouse buttons. And I'd say generally the whole physics of the arrangement rings authentic enough, while also having some leeway to let you get out of difficult situations. The way each of your hands has a separate stamina bar does a lot to capture the feel of real-life rock climbing, dangling off one arm while you pause to chalk up the other hand or wait for feeling to come back. Yeah, I've been there.
Horribly devoured. No, pink Knuckles. Red Knuckles.
Cockroach Knuckles.
There's only one Red Knuckles in my book, and he's in Echidna.
Oh god.
I'll think about that.
Yeah.
But now you got another Red Knuckle. No.
I'm just holding on with one hand and letting the other one heal. That's the technique.
Oh, I don't like any of this.
But it's funny how many parallels are emerging between White Knuckle and Haste, because again, while the core gameplay ticks things along nicely, it's the little extras along the way that I feel iffier about.
So is that like what's going on when these barnacles reach down for you? Is that they're like
yes, I'm being attacked by their penises.
Are they fat hogs?
Well, at some point, fear of heights is just a sensible survival instinct.
Sure.
Yeah, obviously be afraid of falling off the World Trade Center. Shit, red. I'm
Ah,
red.
beautiful. Oh no, red! Ah!
The game loads you down with pitons and spikes for adding extra handholds, but I found myself having to use them far less frequently than would be justified by their abundance. There was almost always a route already set up, and your arms can stretch surprisingly far apart if you try. Plus, installing a piton was such an involved process. You have to find one in your inventory, stick it in the wall, find your hammer, equip that, hammer it 3 times, all while hoping you don't accidentally let go of the hand you're dangling from. I found a floppy disk. Don't know what it's for.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do with that?
I don't know. Maybe I'll just show it to a lady and say, "Hey, have I shown you my floppy?"
I feel like you're not going to meet a lady in this place.
Well, you never know. Oh shit! I've been grabbed by the Tungy boy.
Oh no, the Tuggy boys!
Oh, get off me!
No, isn't K2 next to Timbuktu?
What are you on about?
I don't know anything about mountains. I'm going to run pee really quick. I'll be right back.
Well, goodbye then. Without so much as a bye you leave or a how do you do. I mean, it shouldn't be really easy to do, obviously, but I felt like I wanted to be obliged to do it more often, so it was a process I was constantly having to practice in. I'm not complaining in any serious way. I like the game overall. It's another one that's ideal for chill-out afternoons with podcasts. Our next game was Knights in Tight Spaces, follow-up to Fights in Tight Spaces, a sort of isometric turn-based combat game in which we play a kick-ass dude in a small grid-based environment with a bunch of interchangeable toughs and apply cards representing various close combat maneuvers to knock them all down and win the day. This is that, but in a medieval fantasy setting, with a more in-depth story mode, where the random fights get strung together with a map screen, and the tokenist of token plots. Then just grapple that guy, for no reason, yay! And kick him into a wall.
Arse, yeah.
Yeah, now what are you gonna do? Hey!
Oh my god.
You didn't say more dudes would be coming. Knock this guy down.
Get back.
Ha 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 ha. What a bellend. I remember trying this at GDC and being a little underwhelmed. It seemed to be lacking the pace of its predecessor, all the extra story nubbins got in the way of the purity of the experience, and I assume purity was always at the core of the concept's intentions. I mean, it was called Fights in Tight Spaces, which implied to me that the combat was the only part any of us were supposed to give a shit about, and the only thing the new title adds is a really horrible pun. But I can't argue with the fact that my hour with the game kind of flew by. I can't deny I was having fun. Ha 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 ha. Now we're fighting back to back like we're good bros. Yeah, enjoy that wall. Oh, blimey. Yeah, they're about to just shoot an arrow at me. How dare they?
Kick him in the dick.
I'm not usually into turn-based strategy because I fear I have absolutely no head for thinking in the long term, but thankfully none of that was called for. It's about the moment-to-moment experience of a kick-ass 1v loads movie fight. All you have to do each round is get a few tasty hits in and make sure you're out of danger before the enemy turn starts, and being able to focus on one problem at a time made it quite compelling. There was a metal thing right behind him, you idiot.
A nice stick, mate. Get fucked.
Yeah, watch out or I'll impotently shove you again. But I really wish it felt more like being in a kick-ass fight. Yes, there's a certain amusement in smashing someone's face against a wall in the moment, but when I click the replay button, I want to watch my entire kick-ass fight the way it should have looked in real time. And instead what I get is everyone shuffling around like they're trying to move past each other in a crowded passenger cabin.
Man's dead. Flee the scene, dude. You are a crim.
No. Quick strike. Bam. Oh yeah.
Get him.
Who the fuck needs party members, am I right? Whoopah! Go away. Go away. I'm sorry. Still, you probably noticed how weirdly into it I was getting on the stream, as I made impotent whining noises every time my character pushed someone into a wall. I'd certainly give it a longer look, and now that we've established a naming convention, I will look forward to future sequels Lights in Tight Spaces, about a man putting up Christmas decorations in a Hong Kong apartment building, and Shites in Tight Spaces, a game about suffering from social anxiety-induced constipation. And our final game was Order 13, another indie post-dad concept horror game along the same lines as Mortuary Assistant or Cabin Factory, where you're some poor jobsworth on the bottom rung who has to complete the mindless tasks on their daily work shifts while also getting harassed by supernatural horrors who don't give a shit for your bottom line. Quantity 1, yes, thank you.
Alright, well, at least you don't have to do multiple trips.
Whoops.
Whoops, well, luckily they go through.
Supposed to add packing peanuts. Oh well. The day I've had.
It.
I'll put the label on the side this time. You don't know what I'm going to do. I'm crazy like that. a subgenre of which I'm still somewhat fond, hence my use of the word another and not yet another. In this case, you're a worker in an Amazon warehouse who has to find orders based on their code numbers, take them back to the office, box them up and ship them out. I actually rather liked the work simulator part, remembering the code for the item and the button code to unlock them, then completing the precise sequence of actions necessary to mail them off is easy enough to understand, but just contrived enough that learning to do it as quickly and efficiently as possible is a fun challenge, and framing all of it around us trying to keep our poor cat happy is an interesting enough hook. Oh yeah, my wallet says 0. Oh.
Yeah, you'll probably get it tomorrow. You can feed him tomorrow.
But he's unhappy now.
Wag.
Hey, they took away my flashlight. I needed that.
It's on the table, mate. It's on the fucking table, mate.
Oh, so it is. Brum brum. Brum brum brum. Whee. This is exactly what it's like working for Amazon. So of course it's the horror element where things get a little more tiresome. Turns out the warehouse is infested with out-of-work Amnesia the Dark Descent monsters, randomly puttering about the place like sausage rolls on a broken tumble dryer, who of course kill you instantly if they catch you. It's kind of funny that they're just there with no context. You can invent your own explanation. Maybe they're the result of an accident involving a reckless employee and a stack of unsold George Foreman grills. Uh-oh.
And you'll probably... Yeah, probably avoid that thing.
Whatever that was, let's hope it's had lunch. Duh! Something's chasing me and I'm not happy with it.
Woo! Who let Terry in on the night shift? You know he's fucking petrified of the dark.
Fucking Terry.
What's his fucking problem, dude? Oh, there he is.
He's having to work in a fucking Amazon warehouse.
I mean, fair.
I can sympathize. Oh, God. He's right up my ass.
Oh, Terry! Oh, Terry hates fences. He's off.
Ha! We call him Big Head Terry. Not to his face.
Why isn't he wearing his uniform? Fucking level of bureaucracy. We've been trying to get Terry fired for, like, years. You just can't. You can't fire anyone.
We fired him like 6 months ago. He just keeps showing up to work.
What? He hasn't been paid. He just keeps showing up.
But when I was caught and killed by one on the second day, all tension and mystique was lost. Even more so after I discovered you can hide from the dudes just by ducking under a shelf. The game should probably have given the tension more time to build. Give us a few days with no risk of death but increasingly spooky happenings to get us good and worked up. But frankly, I think I'd enjoy the game more without the annoying instant death sausage men. Balancing the work cycle, the cat happiness meter, and exploring the spooky warehouse are enough game to be a game. I guess we'll never know for sure. Oh, I forgot to... bollocks. Oh well, I'll just rattle around in there being all Cuban and free-spirited. You know who scares me? Jeff Bezos, that's who scares me. I got a cat and I know how to use it.
You might meet Terry's sister, Taquisha.
I think there's more than one Terry.
I think there's multi-Terrys.
I heard another yell from somewhere else.
It's Taquisha, man. It's his sis.
Ah!
Get the boombox!
The fuck was that? Meow. 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 But take that for what it is, the opinion of someone who actually enjoys straight dad game work simulators, and who privately thinks the world would be slightly improved if Five Nights at Freddy's and all its spin-offs were sealed in lead caskets and buried at nuclear waste disposal sites.
This video is brought to you by Devolver Digital, who are now holding their Spring Steam sale until March 20th. Survive one of the most beloved bullet hell roguelikes in history with Enter the Gungeon, which is marked down to a criminal 90% off. Reacquaint yourself with the nautical antics of Guybrush Threepwood in Return to Monkey Island. Pirate games. They're great. What if your bullet could hit a dude, stop in midair, turn, and then hit another dude? That's Children of the Sun, one of the best indies of last year. Film and produced 1999's hottest reality TV show this side of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in The Crush House. Add a little kick to your soup and salads with a pepper grinder. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean live the life of a dirt dolphin in 2024's excellent adventure platformer, Pepper Grinder. And find inner peace with 9 of your friends in Karma Zoo, the delightful 10-player co-op platformer. Don't have that many friends? Don't worry. Neither do we. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to Devolver Digital's Steam page and dig into those sales like the good little dirt dolphins you are.
I'm a master baker, like fucking Yahtzee.
Please, the master baker was my grandfather.
Master baking, that's what you were doing at New Year's.
There's a reason why they all wear leotards at the Olympics.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pay attention.
You know what? I feel like you did a lot more. You did a lot more behind the scenes that people couldn't see, and that's what fixed it.
All right, fine. I am PC Game Master Race.
Sure.
I bent it to my will.
Finally.
Merlin's from Cornwall originally.
Shouts to Merlin, by the way. What a wizard. Also, chat, if 10 people correct us on the same thing, all 10 of you go to jail. Those are actually new rules.
Yes, especially if they all give different answers.
Yeah.
It's Jermaine. That's me.
Let's take it off.
Oh, it's take it off.
Oh, well, you were saying shake it. I mean, you got to take something off. You can also kind of shake it off.
Yeah, I mean, the act of taking something off can involve shaking it off.